Okay, so I guess we just go straight into the topics. Mac, congratulations, first things first, on making top two and facing G2 tomorrow. Now, I am wondering how it has been to prepare for a team like them, because they are quite tricky when it comes to drafting. They are really, really flexible and have a lot of funny pocket picks. So I'm wondering how you are feeling about the way you guys are preparing for tomorrow.
Yeah, they're definitely the hardest opponent to prepare for out of all the LEC teams, because they are very versatile. Like, they have a lot of different styles. They have a lot of different unconventional picks. All I can say is that I think tomorrow is going to be wild. Like, I think both teams have like just kind of their own styles and their own comfort. And I think you saw some of that today, where like, just pick your favorite champs.
Sounds good. And talking about the bot lane matchup, what do you think that are the strengths of Mad Lions compared to the strengths of G2?
I don't think the bot lanes are like dissimilar, to be honest with you. I think they share a lot of champion pool. I think they share a lot of habits. I think they're both very versatile. I think both bot lanes can play a lot of different styles. So yeah, I would expect bot lane to be pretty explosive tomorrow.
All right, sounds good. And when it comes to actually moving on to the spring split already, because, well, whether we like it or not, we have 1 week and a half, pretty much. Yeah, right? That's right, 1 week and a half.
Yeah, like 11 days.
Right, 11 days. Yeah, sounds right. So I'm wondering what you think that the LEC is going to be looking like. Are the teams that are looking quite strong right now, like you and G2, for an example, going to just steamroll the teams that are bringing in lots of changes and are going to have to do a lot more adaptation all over again, that, as like it kind of happened in the beginning of the year? What do you think of that?
I wouldn't say that it's going to be so one-sided. I think that the teams that are making changes are going to come back a lot stronger, personally, because I think the quality of the league, like the overall level during the winter split, has, I think, been pretty low, to be honest. I think you had a lot of teams that were like kind of on fire from like day one, and I don't think that will be the same for spring.
Why do you think that the level has been so low, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, from what I see, it looks like a lot of internal difficulties within teams that's just causing like real, I don't know, anti-synergy between a lot of the players. And, when things happen like that, people suffer a lot individually because, it affects their confidence, it affects their mental health, it affects their emotional well-being, so they start playing worse.
Seems like this is hardly ever a problem for Mad Lions, and I'm wondering, you brought Carzzy back. I know we had already talked a little bit about that, but I'm wondering how his development has been happening now that the split is kind of like, ending, and if he has adapted super well back to the team, or...
He's definitely like a duck to water, like he's been wonderful. I think on Mad Lions as a whole, like, we're very careful with the people that we work with. Doesn't mean that we don't have problems. We have just as many problems as other teams, but we do a lot of work to manage them. For Carzzy specifically, I think the big change for me is that he's just like a more kind of well-rounded player, and he's a lot more confident. I think you see that in the way that we're willing to draft. He just takes a Velios 1-2, whatever. Don't care about having like Thresh or Lulu or something to peel for him. Like, Hilly can play Nautilus and go in. Yesterday we're playing Draven, and he's playing super well on the Draven. I think those are things that he didn't always have the confidence to do in the past, and that's, I think, really helped him step up his game to the next level.
Sounds great. And lastly, how is the coaching staff going to ensure that the players transition smoothly into the next split? You guys are going to hopefully take a break, or you're going to just get back into scrimming, or maybe, I don't know. How do you think that this is going to go, and how are you going to ensure that the players don't really burn out, especially if they make it to MSI, which we'll know tomorrow if you will or not?
That'll be fun. Yeah. So I think step one, like you said, is to rest. Mm-hmm. Step two is to make sure that the coaching staff comes really prepared for everyone to be able to adapt quickly. And step three is to make sure that we are, our process stays good, so that the atmosphere is light. If you're constantly dealing with loads of problems and arguments, or really rough scrim days, which happen a lot, right? Like, and I think these are some of the problems that have been plaguing other teams. Like, I think we have to do everything we possibly can to counterbalance that, because, you know, we work with each other for like whatever it is, like 320 days of the year, or maybe not that much, you know, but we spend so much time with each other that if there are problems, they get like exaggerated and exacerbated really quickly. So being proactive about, you know, kind of reducing them in the first place and then dealing with them quickly is, I think, a big step for not burning out.
And I know I said that was the last question, but wondering what your prediction is for the game you'll be facing with G2.
5-game banger bloodbath, Nexus trade on game 5, complete coin flip, who wins.
Sounds great. That's what I'm hoping to see too. Thank you, Max, so much.
Thank you.
All right, perfect.